Hey guys, what's up? And today we are at Pocahontas State Park and we're going to be riding some of the trails, so let's get started.
Okay, so we started out on a beginner trail called Gateway 1 with a lot of rock gardens.
Yeah. Okay.
Skinnies.
Nice. Rock garden.
More rock gardens. More skinnies. And log piles.
So that's Gateway 1.
We then did a trail called Bell Lap, which was a lot of fun.
So now we're going to do Bell Lap. Let's do it.
It started out sort of in the open, as you can see here, with very fun berms. And then after a little while, it turned onto more of the woods. And they really had a lot of tabletops and other features. They even had a sort of rock slab wall ride that you could go up and then come back down onto the regular course. The course ends by coming onto a gravel fire road. Our next trail was called Freightline, and it was a dual jump trail. The tabletops were really easy to clear, and it was built very well. There were a couple step-ups on it, which were very fun to clear as well. It had amazingly built rollers. The track was very smooth, and it just all together worked very well. This was probably one of my favorite trails that we rode. The step-ups were just amazing, and the tabletops at the end really sent you far, and they were a lot of fun. The next trail we rode was called Corkscrew, and it had a lot of sweeping berms. It was a lot of fun with all the rollers. It also had its fair share of tabletops, which made the trail very fast and flowy. Rock features were also sprinkled in to make the trail a bit more interesting, and it certainly did. The rock features were jumpable and arranged very well.
Go.
After a little while, though, the single track started to have a couple more rocks in it, and it made it very bumpy. There were also more dirt features farther down this trail, which mostly consisted of berms. But one of these was a log pile that apparently was actually jumpable.
Whoa!
You can see the log pile right here, but apparently if you hit it right, you can jump it. It is a lot of fun. The tabletops are built really nice. The lips to them are smooth. There are more rock gardens sprinkled out the whole thing. There was another log pile I tried to jump, but it didn't end so well. But there is also a creek crossing in it with a sort of rock exit, which was a lot of fun too, with a creek crossing or more rocks directly afterwards. The trail eventually spat out at this sort of opening, in which there was a very fun log pile, which was pretty big and was very fun.
Yes.
Our next trail was called Sunsetter, and it had some very fun features in it. It started off with a fairly sized berm onto a lot of downhill, which was a lot of fun. But there were also some climbs, some more rock features, and a lot of gullies, which made this trail a lot of fun.
Oh, this is fun.
There was also a pretty awesome creek crossing, which was a lot of fun, and also some uphill. There were more gullies and more rock features. One of these rock features was very fun, and you had to pop your front tire to get over it and then just ride the rock garden down, which was a lot of fun. There was also another creek crossing and more uphill. The trail finally came out at a trail called Bell Lap Return, which was mostly a very flat trail with some berms and just very flat single track with some interesting features sprinkled in. We then had a gravel road crossing onto another part of the trail, which was the same thing, and it bailed out at the main intersection again. We then hit a trail called Blue Jay Way, which has a very fun and easy to clear tabletop at the beginning. The lip is very steep and it is very smooth. It has some rock features, a lot like Corkscrew, sprinkled in to make the trail more interesting. It has a rock garden and more interesting features, and also lots of tabletops. It also had a small drop made out of rocks and a wooden feature. It then bailed onto another trail called Moonshine Run, which started with a set of stairs. Then it had a berm, onto some rollers, and finally a set of tabletops. It then split into two places, and we decided to go with the main line, but we also did the alt line also. It had some switchbacks onto which the two lines merged, and then it had a small drop onto a step up, which was a lot of fun. I hit the step up again, coming down one of the switchbacks on the main line. Here is the small drop, a big berm, and then the step up. This is what the step up looks like. We continued down the trail and reached a sort of rock garden skinny bridge, which was a lot of fun.
Oh, yes!
After this, the trail was pretty flat until we came to some more features.
Yes! Features!
There was a berm onto a drop.
Fun!
There was also another rock garden, which was a lot of fun, and a jump,
Woo!
which had a very skinny lip. There were some rollers, big rollers in between, and some more rock gardens. There was also a tabletop on a sort of drop line,
Is it that
which
bad?
had a very fun drop. After some tech, the trail then merged with Sunsetter, which was a trail already earlier in this video.
Let's go. Back on Sunset.
We continued down Sunsetter and reached its rocky features. We then rode to the end of Sunset and went back onto the trail called Bell Lap Return, and finally returned back to the main intersection. We then rode Freightline again, which was awesome. We then rode the short little bell lap and took the bale out down here. We then went back onto the trail Blue Jay Way to ride some more of its features. Here, I slipped out on one of the tabletops, but we continued hitting the features with tabletops, drops, and wooden features. We then went back onto Moonshine for one last lap down it, with the staircase to the first berm, and the rollers, and the tabletop. This time we hit the alt line and went down. On the alt line there are many jumps over rocks, jumps with rocks, and jumps on rocks. Lots of rocks. It then merges with the other line and we were able to hit the step up one final time. We went down the drop and up the step up. Thank you so much for watching. We had a lot of fun at Pocahontas State Park trails today. Their trails are actually built very well, with many interesting features sprinkled in the middle. Thank you so much for watching and see you in the next video. Please subscribe and like the video for more content like this.